எங்கும் நிறைந்தோனே, எல்லை இலாதானே, எங்கேயும் எப்போதும் என் குலம் காப்பவனே. நெஞ்சம் துணிய துணையாய் வருவாய், நேர்மறை உணர்வுகள் பெருகிடச் செய்வாய். உடலில் உறுதியை பெரிதாய் தருவாய், உனை உணரும் அறிவை என்னுள்ளருள்வாய். சுற்றமனைத்தும் காப்பவனே, செய்தொழிலில் ஏற்றம் தருபவனே, எடுத்த செயலில் வெற்றி கொடு, என் ஆற்றல் பெருகிட அருளை கொடு. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி என்னையாண்டு காத்த காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி.
அதிநாயக ஜய ஹே பாரத பாக்ய விதாதா பஞ்சாब சிந்து குஜராத்
Good morning, all. In few minutes, the association inauguration will start. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य।
morning to one and all present here. In this beautiful day, a warm welcome to everyone present here. Let's join our hands for the prayer song.
கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. எங்கும் நிறைந்தோனே எல்லையிலாதானே, எங்கேயும் எப்போதும் என் குலம் காப்பவனே. நெஞ்சம் துணிய துணையாய் வருவாய், நேர்மறை உணர்வுகள் பெருகிடச் செய்வாய். உடலில் உறுதியை பெரிதாய் தருவாய், உனை உணரும் அறிவை என்னுள்ளருள்வாய். சுற்றமனைத்தும் காப்பவனே, செய்தொழிலில் ஏற்றம் தருபவனே, எடுத்த செயலில் வெற்றி கொடு, என் ஆற்றல் பெருகிட அருளை கொடு. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. வல்லமை தந்து நீ வளர்ச்சி கொடு, அகத்திலும் புறத்திலும் மலர்ச்சி கொடு. வளர்ச்சி கொடு, வளர்ச்சி கொடு, வளர்ச்சி கொடு, மலர்ச்சி கொடு.
I invite Ms. Mirthabashni S. from Final Year Computer Science and Engineering Department to present the welcome address.
Good morning. Welcome to all guests, delegates, staffs, and students. I feel honored to invite our respectable dignitaries, Dr. Nallaji Palaniswamy, Chairman, Kovi Medical Center and Hospital, Dr. Thaumani D. Palaniswamy, Secretary, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, and Dr. O.T. Bhuvaneshwaran, Chief Executive Officer, KMCRT. I really feel grateful in inviting our principal, Dr. S.U. Prabha, for giving us an opportunity to organize this event. I extend my warm gratitude in welcoming our head of the department, Dr. M. Krishnamurthy, without whom we would have not been able to coordinate this event. I feel privileged to welcome my warm welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Ganesh K.R., SAP Technical Consultant. We are grateful for your valuable time that we get to share with you, sir. It's an immense pleasure in welcoming our guest of honor, Mr. Satish Kumar, Project Manager, Mauri Tech. We welcome you, sir. This event has been in work for a few days, and today we are inaugurating our department association with a hopeful heart that all of you get to enjoy, and this has become possible with the constant support and guidance of our faculty members. I heartily welcome all the faculty members. Last, I'm really very happy to invite my student friends, the illuminators of CSE. Finally, yet importantly, I conclude with all the hope and motivation that we all would celebrate this event with joy and happiness. Thank you.
I am so grateful in welcoming the most supportive Dr. M. Krishnamurthy, Head of the Department, Computer Science and Engineering, to introduce the office bearers.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering and our NGP Institute of Technology, I once again welcome our chief guest, Mr. K.R. Ganesh, Technical Lead, Wipro Technologies, Chennai, for inaugurating our association Illuminators, Students Association Illuminators. And also in this gesture, I like to thank our management for their continuous support. And also I would like to thank our principal for her continuous, SU Prabha, for her continuous support to organize such an students' events. And I'm happy to introduce the office bearers for the academic year 21-22. And T. Nishant Sendil Vasagam, final year CSE, will be the secretary. And J. Ajay, third CSEA, will be joint secretary. And Ms. S. Mridubhashini, final CSE, will be the treasurer. And Mr. S. Vignesh, third CSEB, will be joint treasurer. Arnika and M. Arnika and Mr. R. Srinath from second year CSE will be the co-treasurers. And the office bearers are from final year N. Amrita Vadivu, R. Sudarsana, M. Agila, R. Kavian, K. Deepashruti, M. Jamuna will be the office bearers from final year CSE. And A.S. Dhanishri, Ajay Kumar, Mani Bharati, Mr. M. Harini, B. Pradeep, R. Priyanka, S. Ranjit Kumar, M. Srinivashini from third year CSE will be the office bearers from the third year CSE. And P. Hariharan, A. Harish Kumar, S. Nega, G. Indra Priyadarshini, K. Sudarshan, R. Shrutika, Siddhis S. Nair, Sanmadi from second year CSE will be the office bearers. And I congratulate all the office bearers on behalf of the faculty community. And also I request the association in charge and the student secretaries and office bearers from students community to organize more technical events like seminar, workshop, coding contest, alumni series for the benefit of our students. And I congratulate all the students and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I call upon Ms. Harshini N. from third year Computer Science and Engineering to introduce our respected chief guest, Mr. K.R. Ganesh.
Good morning to all. To be inspired is great, but to be inspiration is an honor. Our chief guest, Mr. Ganesh KR, is an expertise and experienced person in SAP technology. He started his career as lecturer at Sri Shankar Arts and Science College, and now he is a technical lead at Wipro Technologies. He has over 16 plus years of experience in planning and executing various SAP technologies. He has started working knowledge in Solomon. Expertise in SAP MDG, SAP BPC 10.0, SAP MDG, ABAP related objects. And he's also experienced in user exist, BADI, BAPI, RFC, reports, BDC, SAP scripts, smart forms, Adobe form changes, ALB, dialog programming, and data dictionary. He has also worked in EDI, IDOC, BAP developments. He also has an on-site experience with client locations in Qatar. He has led various SAP projects in various organizations with different roles, but his contribution towards each SAP project is numerous and voluminous. He has participated in various FCM trainings conducted in organizations and also attended FI and CO trainings in TCS Bangalore. Good problem solvers are good thinkers. Likewise, our guest has good problem solving potential with the ability to work with multicultural environment. And now I welcome Mr. K.R. Ganesh sir to render the chief guest address.
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So, good morning to everyone. So, let me share my screen first. all of you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So before starting today's agenda, let me share my, when 20 years back I was like you people. So I completed my graduation in 2000. So at the time I was not having any skills on SAP. So I was like you. So based on new learning, interest and opportunity evaluation, so I reached this level. So there is no constraint for the interest and learning, learning visualization and incorporate all the thing together. So today's agenda we are going to see about ROI concepts. SAP ERP facilitates the integrated business functions, OLTP, OLAP, SAP architecture, and SAP consultants role and consultants and their roles and responsibility. And I have invited my friend Satish Kumar, so who will share his knowledge on SAP project types, SAP future jobs, and SAP's cloud journey and career opportunities in apparel. So this is how the today's agenda, and the flow of our execution process will be there will be separate question and answer session at the end. It will be like 10 to 15 minutes. You can ask any doubts across to me or Satish at the end. In between, we will go through all the agenda points to be covered. So in between, I may interrupt students to get some questions to be more interactive. So is that okay for all you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me move to the first slide. So return on investment concept. What comes to you people mind? What is return on investment? So anybody have any idea on that? Okay, nobody has given any answer. So return on investment is like when we do some business, we are investing huge amounts on initial level investments for our operational costs. Well, so when we do investments, so we should get it returned back in terms of money, what we invested. Based on that, organization's profit and loss will be calculated, and this is how the process will work. So SAP, when SAP started its solutioning, so it gave this return on investment concept. So if you see the slide, I've taken from some internet places where ERP return on investment equal to ERP returns on ERP costs. So how much they invested on ERP to function all the operations in the integrated environment. So on which how it returns to the company, so that they will get more benefit by using this SAP. So this is how SAP has given. So based on this formula, most organizations are interesting to invest in SAP to get that software and utilize that, and you can it has a number of benefits. It will not be it's not a small thing to cover up each and every point within this stipulated time. So let us give some SAP overview. SAP overview. I will play you people with this YouTube link. So are you able to see this?
Yes, sir, visible.
In 1972, 5 systems analysts began working nights and weekends to create standard software with real-time data processing. 36 years later, their vision is a reality. SAP is the world's market and technology leader in business application software. They founded SAP in Mannheim, Germany. Their vision was to develop and market standard enterprise software which would integrate all business processes. The idea came to them through their work as systems consultant for IBM when they noticed that client after client were developing the same or similar computer programs. The second part of their vision was that data should be processed interactively in real time, and the computer screen should become the focal point of data processing. With more implementations being included every year, SAP has established its presence as market leader. SAP is a modular software where each module represents a business area, such as FI module represents financial accounting. SD module includes all functions of sales and distribution. Human capital management module is for human resources. Over the period of 3 decades, SAP has perfected the functionality of the software to exceed industry expectations. The beauty of the software is in its source code, which is open to customers and partners for tailoring and customization of business-specific requirements. SAP's flagship software is called R3 System, which has 3 major business areas: financial accounting, logistics, and human capital management. The financial area has financial accounting and controlling. The logistics area has material management, sales and distribution, plant maintenance, quality assurance, and project systems, while the human capital management area has personnel administration, personnel development, and payroll. All of these modules share a common relational database management system, and relevant transactions are available to all concerned modules in real time as soon as they are posted into the system. This real-time integration is the reason for popularity of the SAP software amongst the decision makers. Prospects of a career in SAP can be very rewarding. As a SAP consultant, you can be part of a team that will configure this amazing software for yet another enterprise. Employers are always looking for talented and educated SAP consultants. For enrolling in a certification-oriented course or for more information, call us toll-free 877-83.
Okay. So you people have some idea now, right? So what is SAP or what is ERP? So anybody can just brief, like, it's your point of view. What is SAP or what is ERP? At least. I welcome the volunteers, please. There is no any single person is not giving any kind of answers. At least you would have gone through some elective paper, something related to ERP, right? At least final year students. Because I want to know more, be an interactive session. So am I audible first of all?
Yes, sir.
So just to tell, whatever it comes to your mind. I don't bother about you say right or wrong, all this thing. Okay, let me explain. A few more videos are there. I will play in between. So basically, ERP is the one which integrates all the business functionalities. So at least you people can tell me what are the business areas or business, what are the main core of the business when we supposed to do any business. What is the core functionalities involved in that?
Finance,
Finance, yes.
inventory,
Inventory, that comes under material management. Inventory, yes.
payroll.
Payroll,
Maybe it is coming
that
under
comes in the HR, yeah, human resource.
Accounting.
Accounting, yeah, it comes under financial. So let me brief about that. Just to know, you people at least have some idea. That's a good thing to know. Like you people are at least aware what are the main core functionalities involved in a business for any business. Okay, so So is this visible very clear? Because the picture is very big in size. All of you can see the slide with fonts, everything is clearly visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the things you people have said? No, finance, HR, plant maintenance, project system, production planning, PM, QM, quality management, production planning, MM. So this is the thing it was talked in that the video which I shown to you. So mainly there is a logistics model. We will say logistics model where it involves with material, MM, material management, sales and distribution, and plant maintenance. All these modules. So if you want to do any business without these modules, you can't do any business because each and every module is integrated. So for example, if you want to manufacture something, you need to purchase something for the raw material, and even you can the raw material or finished goods in terms of anything you can purchase from some vendor. So from the vendor, if you get it back again, the purchasing related finance recording information should flow to your finance module. So whenever you do all these things, everything will flow into the in terms of information or data automatically. That is called integration. So similarly, some people involved to manufacture some X products. For that, you need some human resource. Again, you need to cost for the human resource with how many people are required and what is their wages. These are all expenditure will be calculated. Again, those related information to flow to your financial accounting. Similar way, your material procurement. If you procure something, again the information related to cost, everything flow to financial. Similarly, production planning. If you are planning to produce something, so you will buy some raw material and you will produce something. For the production also, again, this human resource people involved in that place, and again it will cost something. Again, the costing related information to flow to your financial accounting. So this is how all the modules are integrated. So it is an integrated environment. So when SAP started in 1972, so they gave this kind of customized package so that all the information will be tightly coupled and it is well integrated so that each and everything will be recorded in respective modules. So are you people clear on this, how it integrates all the modules or core modules?
yes, sir.
So any doubts on this slide?
No, no issue, sir. You go, sir.
So let me again just to give you two more videos to play. So introduction to SAP.
That produces SAP is a company that produces ERP software. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. The multinational software corporation is currently the market leader in the ERP field. SAP's competition is Oracle and Microsoft Dynamics. SAP was started in 1972 by 5 former IBM employees in Mannheim, Germany. The original name for the company translates from German to Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. The company currently serves around 437,000 customers across more than 180 countries. An estimated 77% of the money exchanged through global business transactions touches an SAP system. The SAP ERP allows customers to run business processes such as accounting and human resources in a cross-platform integrated environment. Data is held within a centralized location and shared among the departments, ensuring information is accessible and flows throughout the enterprise. Centralized data results in many problems with decentralized storage. In a decentralized environment, data is stored locally within individual departments. When data can't be accessed outside of a specific department, problems arise with deduplication and inconsistencies in data. The inability to integrate data means information takes longer to travel from one department to another. While SAP offers a non-specific array of software that helps businesses, like human capital management and sales and distribution, they also offer industry-specific applications that support business processes unique to a particular industry. These industry-specific applications include SAP for insurance and SAP for oil and gas. SAP continues to adapt to new demands as technology advances and the ERP market changes. A recent focus for the company is building its cloud computing capabilities and enabling greater mobility. Since its start in 1972, SAP has continued to find new and improved ways to deliver market-leading ERP software to businesses around the world. Visit the whatis.com definition for more information on SAP and a list of its related software.
So from this video also I have one question to you all. If anyone knows about it, just you can answer the question. So what is centralized system and decentralized system?
It's a difference between client server and distributed system.
Yes, exactly. So thanks, Murli. So this, in centralized system, all the data is centralized. That is how the SAP works. So it is integrated. So it is centralized data, so that what is happening with one module, it can be known to another module, other people with limited authorization checks. So they will do some authorization so that only they can view the data with the respective module. So this is how the centralized system works. So another one is the distributed system, in which you can't see all the information. So everything will be distributed. So let me show you another video.
What is SAP? SAP is the market leader in enterprise application software, helping companies of all sizes and in all industries run at their best. 77% of the world's transaction revenue touches an SAP system. Founded in 1972, The company pioneered enterprise resource planning software, known as ERP, setting the global standard on how to manage operations and helping organizations do more with less. Since then, we've grown from a small 5-person startup to a multinational enterprise, with more than 100,000 employees and over 440,000 customers in 180 countries. SAP is in the business of helping companies become intelligent enterprises by connecting experience with operations and advancing breakthrough technologies like machine learning, Internet of Things, and advanced analytics. We're driven by innovation and are now the #1 cloud business software company in the world, fulfilling our utmost purpose to help the world run better and improve people's lives.
So at least by seeing all these 3 videos, at least you people have some touch base like what is ERP and what SAP is doing, right? Okay, let me move to the next slide. So OLTP versus OLAP. At least this thing you people are aware of what is OLTP and what is OLAP. If anybody can answer this.
OLAP is a software performing multidimensional analysis.
Correct. Yes.
It is used for analyzing multidimensional analysis to enhance the highest speeds.
Okay. Any more answers? OLTP or OLAP, what is the difference? Okay, let me explain to you people. So online transaction process. OLTP is the online transaction process. Let me make it a bigger size. Is the screen is visible to you? The slide. What is written under each topic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so OLTP versus OLAP. OLTP is the online transaction process. It's a day-to-day activity. So, for example, if you are purchasing something from a shop, it is the transaction process. It is called as transaction process. So, day-to-day for any shop, what is the transaction is happening on the particular day. So, if you collaborate all each and every day's transaction, then it will become a online analytical process. So, analytical process is the one where it is a post-mortem report, we can say. So there is no live on the particular day, because after 5 years your the transaction process will become obsolete. So only for analytical purpose it can be usable, right? Say for example we are purchasing something, and until and otherwise our product is repaired or something, then only it is used for the analytical process, like to get a warranty period, to check. Then we will go back to that particular date on which date we have purchased, whether it covers that warranty period or not, all these things. So in that case that will become the online analytical process. But when you purchase at that so and so date, then it is an online transaction process. Now you people are aware that, right? What is OLTP and what is OLAP?
Yes, sir.
So at the end of this session, will share all the slides to you people. So you see, OLTP is the day-to-day operation. That is a day-to-day transaction. So it is the application oriented. But OLAP, whereas it is a decision making. That's what I said, right? So when we go for some warranty period coverage, all these things, it is the decision making. Based on that data, we can just check whether I can utilize that warranty or I have to pay for the service, something like that. So it's a subject oriented. So it's a OLTP is the repetitive and OLAP is the ad hoc. So all these points I will share with you people, so you can go through once all this thing is covered. Now you people are at least clear that, right? What is OLTP and what is OLAP? I need at least yes or no something, because I should know at least what I'm saying, at least it reaches to you people.
Yes, sir.
So let me move on to the next slide. So SAP 3 architecture. Before starting this one, you people are aware about client server architecture, right? So that also I will begin with from you people. What is client server architecture? If anybody give me answer, that well and good.
It is nothing but many clients request and receive service from the centralized server.
Yes. Any other people have any other answers or opinion? So let me explain that. So client server architecture is the one on which the server will be located somewhere in the centralized area, and your client means your presentation. So any desktop or computer or laptop which is known as the client. So you can access the server's access through your client server architecture. So in between this client and server, there is one more layer involved in that. So that is called application layer or business logic. So if you see this presentation, so client 1, client 2, client 3, n number of clients, you will have n number of presentation layers on which. So I will just take an example of, suppose if you are ordering something from your Amazon or Flipkart. So what you just fill in your just search for some product detail from the catalog, and you just order from your GUI panel from that application. So that is called your client. And in between that application layer involves like some payment gateway involves in between your database and application, so that whatever you purchase for that product, so it will have some cost about the product. This application layer will fetch those information from the database layer, because that Amazon or Flipkart, they will store those information in the database. For this product, it will have this much cost. So when you request for that to pay for it, even before the payment, you will look for what is its cost. Everything is through this application layer. It will fetch those information from your database, and it will show to you through your request. Then you will order for it. Again, this application layer it interacts like in between middleware kind of thing. So it will fetch your request and it will search from the database. Again, database will give you the required information. Again, it will give it to you. In this way, this R3 architecture works in. So SAP also will work in this R3 architecture. It's a client server architecture basically. Maybe you in SAP R3 architecture, the client server will be, we will call it as SAP GUI, and this application layer and database layer all together will be there in one server, or even that also will be separate in separate servers. So any doubt on this SAP R3 architecture?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Well and good. So what is the SAP software consultants? So what are the people involved? Already we saw that, right? What are the modules involved in each and every SAP core integration functionalities, right? So there, let me make it a little bigger size. Sorry. So if you see here, so here we have different modules SAP. So functions. So SAP functions will be like FI consult. So the people who involves in respective module will be called as those consultants. So why they are given the consultant for SAP? Do you have any idea on that? Why they will call those people as consultants? Even some software people are there, but they will not treat as a consultants. What is consultation?
It is service oriented.
Service oriented. Any other answers?
It's an action or a process of consulting.
Okay, natural process of consulting. Okay.
With the consumer representatives, consulting or making a action or a process the consumers representatives.
Any other answers?
It's a client oriented.
Okay. Any more answers? So let me explain why we call SAP people who involve in this as a consulting. So why? Because actually we are studying the business. We are analyzing the business. So even if you go to the doctor also will be called as a consultants. Why? Because they are doing some diagnosis process. Similar way, our SAP consultants will do the business diagnosis process. So it's like even though there is no live in business, but business without business nothing can be possible in the world, real time world. So all these people will involve in the diagnosis of the business processes. That's the reason the people will be called as a consultants. Only SAP people will be called as a consultants apart from medical people, right? So if you see here SAP has a different varied areas, function or core modules. So finance consultants, finance and supply chain model consultant, controlling consultants, material management consultant, SD, logistics execution consultant, production planning, quality management, plant maintenance consultant, project system consultants, HR consultants. So these are all the people vary the functional consultants. This functional consultant's role is something different. And when we go to the technical module, SAP technical consultants, I and Satish we are from SAP technical background, we are ABAP consultants. ABAP is the very vast area because ABAP people can touch all these areas. Like we can analyze FI related issues, we can touch base FSCM or controlling all these related issues. But only the functional consultants who are subject matter expert in those areas, they can't do much more analysis on what is happening with other functional areas. Only ABAP consultant can have the benefit to touch all these functional core areas or diversified functional areas. So basis security administration, what these people will do, basis people initially when any organization they will go for implementation of SAP software. At the time they will just to install this application, install the software in that system. So this basis people will do all this installation and authorization related and security, how to secure the data. All these things will be taken care by this basis security and administration people. So and apart from that, others BIBW. So we saw that, right? OLTP and OLAP. So OLAP is the online analytical process under which this BIBW people will come in. It's a business intelligence or business warehouse consultants. So they will do with reporting purpose with 5 years data or 10 years data. So CRM is the customer relationship management consultants, and IDES consultants, KM knowledge management consultant, and MDM master data management consultants. So if you see this one in this slide, functional consultant roles. So they will do the business requirement analysis. This is the thing I told you, right? They do the diagnosis of the business. When SAP implementation is happening, initially SAP, because SAP has certain business rules in the system already, it has the own its own template kind of thing. It is there in the business system. But when it goes for the implementation for XYZ company, that XYZ company's business process will be different. Maybe few of the modules will be their existence is there in that company, but few modules will not be there. So these functional people will do all those gap analysis. We will say as a gap analysis. So how the XYZ companies as is process is there and how they will configure in the system to make the SAP to be utilized. To be, they will convert this as is and to be. So they will do some blueprinting process in the SAP terminology. We will say blueprinting. So they will make a blueprint that how SAP business process is there and how the SAP the existing legacy system from the XYZ company, and accordingly they will reconfigure the SAP business process so that both the business process will be in sync, so that then it will be operational. So this is the main role of the business, functional consultants. In this also, what are the models they are going to implement? Based on that, these functional consultants roles and responsibility will comes in. So they will involve in that. Suppose if XYZ company is implementing finance, HR, and sales and material, so only those respective functional consultants will involve in that. Are you people are clear on what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a very vast area. That's the reason I'm going very slowly. So apart from this gap analysis, the functional people will prepare the functional specific documentation, specification document. So they will prepare this document. So how the business they will prepare the business needs and they will convert into functional specific document. In that, how they will configure, in that how they can modify the SAP changes. So there, after this functional consultants, this functional spec document, then above consultants role begin from here. They will study what is specified in the functional specification document. Then they will prepare the technical specification document. They will initially they need to understand the business process. Then they will prepare the technical specification document. Then they will do the changes in the development server. So I said, right, there is 3 kind of servers. Still we reach or not? Maybe let me see. Here 3 tier architecture we saw. Okay. So there is basically let me explain that. There is basically a 3 kind of servers will be there. One is development, quality, and production. You may be knowing that, right? Development, production, and quality. So all the testing will be done in quality server. All the developments will be carried out in development server, and all the after both have been tested with various testing, then it will be deployed to your live server, which is called as production server. So I missed that slide here. So you people note down that part. Okay. So based on these kind of integration or coordination between functional consultants and technical consultants. In technical consultant, when they do the changes in developing that particular solution, they will do the unit testing in their development client. Then again, they will just get the confirmation from the functional consultant. Again, they will test and they will confirm that okay, it can be moved to test system. Once that changes or move to test system, functional consultants will do the integration testing. You people are aware about integration testing, right? Anybody has any answer on that? what is integration testing, system integration testing. At least final year students, you people will be working on some projects, right? Okay.
It involves overall testing of a system, complete system.
Okay. Well, so integration testing is the testing. So they will perform different scenarios first. Different. Sorry, someone is answering. Let me stop and yeah, carry on. Yes. Okay, let me give the answer. So integration testing is the testing on which, because already when we begin our session, we told that, right? It is the integrated environment. So it involves like, there is some connectivity between when you do some changes on material management related module. So still it reaches to financial accounting and it reaches to production planning, all these things. So they will do some impact analysis on if you do some changes on this related XYZ changes, will it impact to other modules? That is called integration testing. So they will complete the integration testing in quality system, and all the things have been completed. Then it will be good to go to live system, which is production environment. Okay. So in between basis. So let me minimize. That is not visible. So basis consultants role. So I told you already that they are building the system infrastructure. So what to be installed, what is the system requirement, and what is the cost about it. All these things. This thing will be taken care by basis consultants, and they will do the software installation and system version upgrade. So upgrade is a separate project. Actually, in the next after this, Satish will give you the detail about the types of implementation projects and uh,
Hi guys.
yes, just a minute, Satish. I am not completed still.
Okay.
So just a minute. Let me complete it. So basis consultant will do all these stuffs. So they will build the system infrastructure, software installation, upgradation. Upgrade means you will be knowing that, right? Microsoft is doing a lot of patch updates, and they will introduce different versions. That is called upgrade. So each and every version on which it's they will enhance their functionalities, and they will fix the previous version. That is called system version upgrade. Apart from that, the authorization people will, what they will do, they will do some authorization to the specific users. Suppose if I'm a consultant, I should be able to do or see only the related transaction. I can't see the finance related transaction. So that much level security authorization have been controlled, and these people will help us to get those kind of authorizations. Now I will hand it over to Satish to give you next.
Hi everybody.
I have a question, sir.
If you have any questions, we can have a separate session.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Hi guys. This is Satish here. I'm just working as an a web consultant. So is it audible?
Satish,
Yeah.
just
Yes,
hold
sir.
for a few minutes because principal is willing to talk here.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I call upon the inspiring principal, Dr. S.U. Prabha, to give the presidential address.
Thank you, Ms. Sudarshana. A happy morning to all of you, and it's my pleasure to be a part of this inaugural function of the association. First and foremost, welcome to Mr. Ganesh, Technical Lead, Wipro Technologies, Chennai, Mr. Satish Kumar, and of course the HOD of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Dr. Krishnamurthy, the office bearers, the conveners, coordinators of the event. I actually wanted to join before Mr. Ganesh delivers his address, but we had another association inauguration. That's why I wasn't able to join at that point of time. Sir, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and giving some insights to our students. Usually, I have a thought process like these curricular aspects alone will not make the students a complete professional. These kind of association activities, the professional societies, the clubs and kind of things will definitely pave a way to the students to become a complete professional, a good leader, a person who will be capable of engaging himself or herself in a team when they come to a working environment. So, very happy to be a part of this inaugural function of the association, Illuminators, and my best wishes to each one of you for the successful academic year 2021-22. So we are just waiting for further orders from our statutory bodies, and we hope we will see all our beloved students soon in the campus. And up to that, please take care of yourselves, stay safe, and take care. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ganesh, Mr. Satish, and Dr. Krishnamurthy, and the coordinators of the association, office bearers of the association, faculty members of CSE department, student friends. Thank you so much for the opportunity and all the very best for all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your admirable speech. Next, I call upon Mr. Satish Kumar to continue the session.
Hi guys, is it I'm audible to everybody?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir.
Super. So I'm working as a technical consultant, that is in development area in SAP. So let me first introduce that what is SAP and what is belongs to. Okay, SAP is nothing but systems, applications, and products in data processing. Okay, so what it actually done is that we are storing the data and we are retrieving the data. So this is what it's going to happen in the every system, every business. We are going to store the data and we are going to retrieve the data. So for this we have different operations, that is create, update, change and insert. So these are all the various operations that we use for updating, creating the entries or data, and it will be saved in the database and we will retrieve the data from the database table. So absolutely data is going to store in the database table and we are going to retrieve the data from the database table. This is what we are going to do in this SAP ERP. All these ERP packages, everything will be doing this is the basic process that we are going to store the data, we are going to retrieve the data. For this, we have different modules, different tables that has been already developed by SAP and we are going to use this for our business process. Already SAP is providing the normalized tables for storing the data, and each and every module will be using these tables, or even we can create our own customized tables for storing the data and retrieving the data. So this is our agenda in SAP ERP. All business process will do this one either manually or through software. Okay, so any doubt guys in this one? Did you understand what is ERP and what is SAP is doing here?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so So we will see what are all the various projects that is available in SAP.
Satish, you want me to share this?
Yeah, sir. Can you please share? Yeah. Everybody can see the screen, the slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. See, if you are going for SAP to be installed in our business process, then it is going to be a huge amount that the business process is investing on the SAP to be implemented. Okay, so we have different projects that is shown here is implementation project, support project, rollout project, upgradation project, and expansion project. Okay, so these are all the things that is provided by SAP for implementing the business. Okay, what is implementation project is if a company is already using different software or ERP packages like Oracle, Java, like this kind of softwares and ERP packages if they are using, and if they wanted to move from that business process to SAP process, then that is called implementation project. So newly, if SAP is going to be implemented in the SAP business, then that is called as implementation project. And suppose support project is once implementation is done to a business process for any company, then to support that for maintenance and supporting, we will be using this support project. And rollout project is nothing but if a company is having different if it is headquarters in the US and if it has the clients and branches in different areas, then we are going to just roll out the projects. That is, we are going to implement the same system that we have been done once to different areas. So that is called rollout project. And upgradation is nothing but so every year SAP is enhancing the software and it's releasing the versions. So each time SAP will be providing the business for upgrading their system in SAP. So that is called upgradation project. And SAP expansion is nothing but so SAP will be introducing the lot of new modules and everything. So every year. So this is like expanding the SAP. SAP expansion happens here. Guys, did you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can you go to the next slide? See, these are all some of the the projects that has been implemented, and some for implementation project we have some methodologies to be followed for implementing SAP. Okay, and next slide. So, so actually, what we are focusing here for SAP is that SAP is leading market in the world. Okay, 70% of the share has been owned by SAP, and everybody is moving to SAP. All the business that is, take for an example, Ford, and all the leading BMW, all the leading companies are moving to SAP, and some of them were already been into SAP. So 70% of the market now is led by SAP. So there is plenty of vacancies and a lot of persons are needed for achieving this business process. So definitely guys, you will be, if you are learning SAP, then you will be getting a good opportunity in different companies, and so you will be having a good rapport over these industries. So this is a next generation technology. I think nobody has been heard about this SAP before, since you will be knowing about C, C++, Java, Oracle, and all these technologies. But SAP is a new technology with already inbuilt of all tables and everything inbuilt already. So only thing is that we have to use that in our business process. So it is easier for all the business guys to understand SAP. And if you have been understanding the SAP, then you will be you are the leader in SAP process or in the business process. So we have more opportunities. We have more opportunities in SAP, and you all people are welcome to SAP for joining us, and it will be a good opportunity for you guys. So did you got it? What is SAP and how the market about SAP, and what exactly we are just doing in SAP and all these things. So if you have any questions, then we will end up the session and you can ask about the questions, and if you have any doubts. Thank you all.
Before to that, I will just play that SAP opportunities. It's a cloud journey.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
I am free of diabetes and I have stopped taking all my medicines. And I just completed a 21-kilometer.
Hello everyone, I'm Vikramaditya. Welcome to Jades of Tech. And in this session, I'm going to discuss with you all the future of SAP jobs after April 2020. What would be the strategy of SAP? What would be the future of SAP jobs? And the other most important question is, do I get any chances if I go for SAP training? Should I learn an SAP training course or not? So these are the regular questions that I keep getting. So I'm answering all these questions in this particular session. So the common questions that I get is, what is the future of SAP consultants? Should I learn SAP course or some other course, non-SAP courses, for example, like you have Python or blockchain or big data or data science, data analyst courses, or any other course? Should I learn it or should I learn any course specific to SAP? And will I get a job if I learn a SAP course in a SAP course? So this is the question most of the guys ask me. So let me answer these questions with a proper approach. So let's see some numbers and facts about SAP. But before answering this question bluntly, I'd like to discuss with you or share with you some real facts and numbers which you can cross-check across the Google, and you can verify them. Now, we all know that SAP is there in the market from 1972, so it's been like a very long time that SAP is there in the market, and let's see what exactly is the present status of SAP's company as an organization. So SAP serves more than 440,000 customers, and it has got approximately 80% of its SAP's customers are from SMEs, the small and middle enterprises, the small and medium enterprises. Then we have SAP's customers include 92% of the 92% of our Forbes Global 2000 companies, 98% of 100 most valued brands, 97% of the greenest companies, and SAP's customers distributes 78% of the world's food and 82% of the world's medical devices. 77% of the world's transaction revenues touches on SAP system. Coming to their financial strength, SAP has continuously grown their revenue and they have extremely good strategies in the growth, the phenomenal growth that they have achieved every year. So we have revenues like for the year 2019, the cloud revenue was approximately 7.01 billion. It was an increase of 35%. Cloud and software revenue was 23.09 billion, so it's 9% high. And total revenue is like 27.63, an increase of 9%. The overall revenue in the enterprise. So revenue in the quarter 4 of 2019, the cloud subscription and support 1.91 billion, cloud and software 6.86 billion, and total revenue of 8.05 billion. Now here, the revenue by region, these are the revenues by region, and these are the revenues that we have got. So the primary thing that I would like to explain you, the primary reason for me sharing all this data is that if you observe, there is a huge growth in the revenue of SAP. So SAP is growing very strong as an organization. And having said this, why there is not a phenomenal growth in the requirement is what normally people ask me. I'll come to that question. And I'll answer that question, like why we are not getting huge number of requirements. We do have huge number of requirements, but in a kind of a different expectations. I'll be explaining you that now. So strong and sustainable growth, and this is like in 2009 their cloud revenue was 0.1 billion, and now in 2019 it's 7 billion. And if it's like total revenue, in 2009 it was 10.7 billion was the total revenue, and right now it's 27.6 billion, and operating profits in 2009 were 2.9 billion, and the net profits that we incurred in operating profit in 2019 is 8.2 billion. So it's the number one software company in Dow Jones Sustainability Index for 13 years. So if you observe these statistics, you can very clearly get one point that SAP is primarily focusing on cloud technologies. So everything is in cloud now. So SAP is committed to supporting every customer to become a best run business, and it also is like improves people's lives. Market position as an enterprise application software, it's the market leader in ERP, analytics, supply chain management, human capital management. It has got top cloud vendors. In innovation, it has got a very good innovation track record in this past decade. So, and it's like they have a proper strategy of being the global leader. I'll tell you how. So the business transaction platforms, they are performing, like SAP HANA has more than 30,000 customers, and they have very powerful data warehousing and analytics solutions. SAP Cloud Platform, we have 15,000 plus customers in Cloud Platform. In SAP end-to-end solutions, it's going very phenomenal. So application technologies in 25 plus industries in 7 lines of business, on-premise, cloud, hybrid, and all. And SAP has got a market performance is like in fourth quarter of 2019, there were somewhere 13,800 customers. Now here we have the SAP Digital Supply Chain Solutions, about Intelligent Groups, Quadrix, and SAP Fax. Like it was started in 1972, and now it's a listing company in Frankfurt, New York, and SAP has got more than 1 lakh employees working worldwide in their own software development engagements. And software implementation and all are done by partners. So partners also, they have a very strong uh, strong relation with partners. They have more than 13,000 across the globe.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire,
those were some numbers for our overview. And SAP focus on cloud. So since 2012, SAP has acquired several companies that sell cloud-based products with several multi-billion-dollar acquisitions seen by analysts as an attempt to challenge competitors like Oracle. So in 2014, SAP bought Concur Technologies, a provider of cloud-based travel and expense management software, for over 8.3 billion, SAP's most expensive purchase to that date. So analysts' reaction to this purchase were mixed, with Thomas Becker of Commerce Bank questioning whether Concur was the right choice for SAP, while Credit Suisse called the acquisition an aggressive move. Now, in 2014, IBM and SAP began a partnership to sell cloud-based services. Likewise, in 2015, SAP also partnered with HP to provide secure hybrid cloud-based services running the SAP platform. Both HP and IBM provide infrastructure services to SAP, and SAP runs its SAP HANA cloud solution on SAP on top. SAP has announced additional partners with Microsoft in order to give customers tools for data visualization as well as improved mobile applications. So SAP exceeded its revenue projections due to the expansion in its cloud business and the success of SAP HANA. The growth can also be partially attributed to the acquisitions of Concur and Fieldglass. The company announced plans in 2016 to invest heavily into technology relating to Internet of Things as a part of a strategy to capitalize on growth in that market. So for that purpose, 2 billion is planned for investment in relevant sectors by the end of 2020. So this investment covers all the research and development that is being done within the organization, and for acquiring those companies who have been successfully doing well in the business in the market. It's a proven, if something is product in the artificial intelligence area is proven to be selling good in the market, most probably SAP will come and acquire it. So SAP will also launch a new product line called SAP Internet of Things, which will combine large amounts of data from things connected to the internet with machine learning and SAP's real-time database S4HANA. So on Jan 29, 2019, SAP announced plans to cut approximately 4,000 positions in the company in a strategic plan to shift to more modern cloud-based technologies such as blockchain, quantum computing, machine learning, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. Having said that, there is a huge requirement for professionals and experts, intellectual people to work upon these new areas. So our focus should be on not the past technologies or expertise. You have to focus on the latest requirements and latest technologies to be in par and on the top of this corporate ladder in SAP. Now we have the fiscal year 2017. SAP reported earnings of almost 4 billion with an annual revenue of 23.5 billion, which we already discussed just now. And it has got a phenomenal growth in its revenue. So why I'm telling this again and again is because SAP as an organization, as a company is very strong. It is capable of acquiring any number of companies in the future, which happened well. And they're trying to become a monopoly in the cloud-based enterprise solutions, and they wanted to give a tough competition to Microsoft and Oracle in this enterprise solutions. So if you see in the finance level, like 2013 to 2017, there is a huge growth in the net income and the net profit. So SAP acquired more than 70 very huge, considerably big organizations. They keep acquiring small organizations which they don't mention about, just to get some tools from them. If some tool is working well, if there is a GUI which is working well in some software, they might acquire the entire software company and merge that look and feel into SAP. That is being done very large number of times. So we have, Qualtrics is the recent company which was acquired in November 2018 for almost 8 billion. And then we have this context core systems and all these things. And this Qualtrics, when they acquired it, was very talk of the business world. So then they have one considerable company which I would like to talk about is the Hybris, which they had acquired in May 2013. And then there was something called the CY, which was a behavioral target marketing. This is also a big acquisition. And Caritas Cloud is something which was based on for the sales performance management tool, which was based on cloud. So they acquired it in 2018. So if you see from 2013 to 2018, they have acquired huge number of organizations in 2018, and they're going very strong in the cloud area. So these are the old acquisitions taken by SAP. So SAP has hugely diversified its business solutions. And now most of us still have that thing in our mind that SAP serves, software. They sell software, and that's an ERP software. But they have more than 1500 plus products to offer for enterprise customers. So all latest products are based on cloud. So the demand for the SAP employees or the people who work in SAP platform has changed drastically from the previous decade to this decade. So we need to understand what exactly are the requirements of the future. Based on that, we have to learn the courses or learn new things. So what statistics, the figures, facts and figures that I shared with you is just to tell you how strong SAP is in the global market and how strong it is growing in the future, and what is its future strategy. The future strategy is to be the global leader, as it always had that vision from the beginning of the organization, and they are very much implementing that particular thing in the throughout the world, and it's very much visible in their figures and the revenue that they have acquired in the recent past. So what is the future of SAP considered? Now let me answer the questions. Having discussed all these facts and figures, let me straight away answer the question, what is the future of SAP consultants? Very bright if you catch up with the latest trends. That's very important. That's the catch here. So it's very bright if you catch up to the latest trends. So you need to catch up to the latest trends, upgrade yourself on a daily basis. And one fine day if you wake up and you feel that something which is happening in the market and in the industry is completely different from what skill set that you have, then you might be left out. So that shouldn't happen. So you should start upgrading yourself on a daily basis. If you are in the field of SAP, you must learn and understand and know what exactly is happening in your field of interest. Should I learn an SAP course or some other course, like any non-SAP course, like any happening course which you have heard about, like AI or Python or data science or something like that? Now, for SAP course, I say definitely yes. Choose a course that suits your background and also has future demand. There are two things here. One thing is it should suit your background, like it should suit your educational background and your experience, if you have, or if you're a fresher, just the educational background. And if it is good enough for the for that particular course, if it complements the course that you want to take up, that should be the primary focus upon. And the second thing is, does that course which you want to learn has a future demand? So by checking out these two strategies, we need to go ahead and learn the SAP course. I strongly recommend, even if you are working on SAP platform, do not take that job as take it for granted, and you keep learning something or the other which will complement your present profile. So it's very important for us to do that, and everyone who is successful in SAP has always upgraded themselves on a daily basis. not just like, okay, maybe I'll try to upgrade from myself in next year. That should not be the strategy. That's something which I would like to tell you all. And then, will I get a job if I learn a course in SAP? Not as easy as you think. Definitely, it's not easy. Let me tell you very clearly, but definitely possible. So it's not something rocket science, or it's not like some huge, very difficult thing. But having said that, you need to have some strategies. You need to go step by step in that path so that you can get to that level. So you need to do some personal research on it, how to get job, and whom to get the guidance from, and things like that. So just completing the course. If you have an assumption that you complete the course and the offer letter will be coming to your home, that's definitely not going to happen. So there are certain things that you need to do after completing the course to get the job. All these things have to be done. So what are things that you have to do after completing the course and before getting the job is something which I always keep telling in my sessions. You can find out those answers in my previous videos, which I have many times addressed for various people. So, thanks for watching this session, and if you have any.
So before the conclusion, let me summarize what are the points we have discussed today in the session. So before to that, we have discussed a lot of things about different modules. So in this latest video also, it was shown that it should suit with your education background. So for example, any engineering graduates or any graduates can do this ABAP kind of stuff, and for each respective functions or core functions of business, like material can be done by mechanical engineering people. And production planning also can be done by mechanical engineering. And for sales, the people who are doing MBA sales, they can do. And the people who are in HR from MBA, they can do HR modules. And the people who are in finance, they can do the finance and controlling. All these kind of just tips for that, so that they can enhance their education knowledge onto these diversified SAP functional areas, so that they can just make their career in SAP. And apart from this, we have learned today all these topics. Let me summarize the agenda which we have covered. ROI concept, SAP ERP integration business functions, OLTP versus OLTP, R3 architecture, consultants roles and responsibilities, project types, future SAP jobs and cloud journey. And one more is the career opportunity in SAP app. So it is now we have seen that cloud based we have seen, right? So SAP S4 HANA, all these things, even the terminology is different, all or is abbreviated stuff, it can be done through these technical jargon words. So it is now the question and answer session. So you can ask any questions.
Ganesh.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, how SAP will helpful for students those who are lagging in programming skill to make their career?
Small request to all you, not only you. But when we call SAP, we should not call it as a SAP, because this is the German on which it is originated, SAP software. So in German language, if you call it a SAP, that is like you are scolding some words. So that is the reason always we are very cautious to call SAP instead of SAP. So I am coming to your point. So Even people are very lag in their technical knowledge or in their study, all this thing. Only thing is, if we have any analytical skill, that is more sufficient to be part of SAP career journey. Only thing is, we need to have the appropriate analytical skills.
See, adding to Ganesh, I'm also when I started my career, I was not fond or very much I profile with programming, but now I've been into SAP and learned everything. So SAP is nothing but it is not a one language. It is a combination of a different languages. Anybody can do, even mechanical engineering or CSE or textile. Anybody can get into SAP. So that is like, without any knowledge, anybody can enter into SAP. So that is what the main agenda of SAP.
So it is a collaborative work actually. So just to give how they formed the SAP when they started the company, So those 5 engineers, they worked in IBM. So in the old tradition format, if you know, mainframes was big software at the time, very 30-40 years back. We all aware of that. So when Y2K problem came in, at that time only they were thinking different way. At that time, these people, they started launching their release by release of this software. So at the time, these people, they know how the business works. So they just collaborated their knowledge and they formulated some solutions on that. So this is how it works.
So answer for your question is that anybody can, without the background of programming knowledge, can enter into SAP as a technical guy. He can learn end to end, but definitely they have to put effort for learning, practicing. Then they will be succeed in this SAP. Did you got the answer for the question, Mukund?
Yes, Sadiq, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Any more questions?
We are expecting more questions from at least.
Yeah.
We are happy to guide you people. So.
Oh, okay, Ganesh, Sadish, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your session.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
guys.
you,
Yeah,
thank you,
thanks a lot, guys.
Ganesh.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
all for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you.
Please ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ganesh and Mr. Satish, for sharing your knowledge on SAP with us. It was very insightful and informative. I call upon Nishant Sendil Vasagan, the Secretary of our Department's Association, to give the vote of thanks.
A very warm good morning to one and all gathered here. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity given to me to present the vote of thanks on this wonderful occasion. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Nallaji Palnisamy, the Chairman, KMCH, for not only spending his time with us today and for also motivating us to do many endeavors. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Thavamani D. Palnisamy, Secretary, Dr. NGPIT, for gracing us this occasion. Thank you, ma'am. I am also grateful to Dr. S.U. Prabha, Principal, Dr. NGPIT, for her immense support and guidance. I also take this opportunity to thank the respected chief guests of the function, Mr. K. R. Ganesh, Technical Lead, Wipro Technologies, and Satish Kumar, Project Manager, Mauritech, for attending their function in spite of their busy schedules. Thank you for your pearls of wisdom, and we will cultivate the advice you have given us in our daily lives. Thank you, sirs. I would also like to thank Dr. O.T. Bhuvaneshwaran, Chief Executive Officer, KMCRET, for being with us on this memorable occasion. I extend my gratitude to the respected head of the department, Dr. M.K. Krishnamurthy, for not only his support but also for being present with us today. I am duty bound to thank all the professors and other dignitaries for their participation and guidance. I thank my fellow students for their enthusiastic participation today. Last but certainly not the least, I express my sincere thanks to each and every member of the technical staff who have worked tirelessly to make this function a grand success. Once again, thank you all for your cooperation to making this function a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, Nishant. Let us all rise up for the national anthem.
Sorry to interrupt here. So in this presentation, if you people need, then I can share with you. Mukundan,
Yes, please.
so I will just
Please
share.
share it.
I will just share any common email IDs there so that it will reach all the people.
I'll send it to you, Ganesh.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you everyone for your time and effort. We are very grateful and cherished your presence today.
Okay, students. Thanks for participation and all other delegates. Now leave the meeting. Thank you.